What's up, my people? How we doing today? Apes in the house, right? Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy D, right? This is D's Daily, DD, the due diligence channel, as I like to say, okay? And today I don't want to waste too much time on the intro, guys. I do have some information I got to get to y'all. If you've been paying attention on Twitter and all that on AMC, right? We have some new information, some new DD, I would say, on the short interest, guys. And I did drop a chart. I did, kind of do my own math and things like that. And I want to explain to you why the short interest number is ridiculously important, because it has a lot to do with the share count, right? Like the 513 million shares. All right. So, yeah, you already know what to do. This is the YouTube world, right? So go ahead, hit that like button, share, comment, all that great stuff. Okay. And moving on, we're gonna switch over. All right. Just want to let you know, and of course I'm going to go over Lucid as well. I'm going to go over Bitfarms and Loopring. Okay, I do have information on all of it, so let's go. Cool. Check this out. So what I was pointing out on Twitter, guys, your boy Trades, always doing us right and keeping us informed, right? So what he did, he says, I just got off the phone with TD. The license specialist just confirmed reported short interest as of 12:15 is 40.25% for AMC. All right. I'm sure you've seen that. If you haven't, guys, that's what's going on right now. This is, in my opinion, the big talk of the day. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm just bringing you the data and all that stuff and the numbers. Okay. So I did draw something up that I want to show you. And before we get into that too, let me point this out because it's in the chart as well. All right. Check this out. So this says AMC traded over 30 times its available float this year. Crazy, right? That's a lot. GME over 7 times. To put this into perspective, Apple traded 3/4 of its float. Microsoft traded 2/4 of its float, and Google traded 1/4 of its float. These are among the biggest companies in the world. Their whole float has not even been traded once. We traded over 30 times, all right? Are they really trying to make us believe there are not billions of synthetic shares out there? You make your own decision, right? But the numbers are here. Are out there when we are one of the strongest holding investors in the market. Okay. Now, let me pop that down and let me bring up this. First off, on your left here, we're going to have the shares outstanding for each company that I just said. So Apple, AMC, Microsoft, GameStop. I have the short interest, right? I got 3 different ones just to show you for AMC, but then I have these other ones. So these are short interest from different websites, okay? And then we have what they mentioned, how it was traded 30 times the float in the past year, okay? Now, let me make this big. Now, why does the short interest matter so much, okay? Because, guys, it has to do with how many shares are on loan, right? So if you take this, this equation down here, what I did, and just to point off, like, this is billion, right? Apple has 16.41 billion shares out there. Microsoft has 7.51 billion shares out there. And GameStop only has 76 million shares out there. So that's why GameStop moves a lot faster than AMC, guys, because they don't even have 100 million shares out. AMC has 513 million shares, supposedly, according to AMC and everybody else, right? The real shares. So it's crazy. So 3/4 is only 75%, because there's a lot. I get it. Let's see, 2/4, 50%, 7.51 billion. And then GameStop 7 times, and there's only 76 million shares. And then check this out. The short interest right now reported 10% on one website and 13% on another one. And like we were saying, we're going to use this number, right? 40.25%. 19% and 16%, all 3 different, numbers there. But what you do is you take the short interest and you multiply it on the shares outstanding, and you're going to get the shares on loan. All right. So if there's 40% on loan, that means there would be 206 million shares on loan, guys, right? 19, if there was 19%, that would be 98 million shares on loan. And then 16, if it was 16, there would be 83 million shares on loan. So my question mark is like, which one is it? Which one's right? Okay. Because also in a recent interview, Adam Aaron, he said retail loans in his, he can't lie. And he said on TV, on national TV, because of lawyers and laws and all that, he said the retail owns about 90% of the total float. And then if you go look at the institutions, guys, this is another thing that's going on Twitter. It's just like every website says different, numbers, as well as like who owns, how much they own the institution. So we're talking 33% on MarketBeat, and we're talking 31.92% on Yahoo Finance. And then the short interest, right? So which one is it? Because if you add up all three to get the total percentage, there's only supposed to be 100% of the total flow, right? There shouldn't be more than 100%. We're looking at 163%. We're looking at 142% or 139%, right? Based on if you add these three and this one, or if you add the 19 or the 16, right? So the highest right now, if it is 40%, we're looking at 163%, guys, of the total shares out there, right? Like there's more than there should be, is my point. All right, so I just wanted to break that down for you guys first. And I got all this information. Watch, I'll show you here real quick, the numbers and all that. I got it off the Ortex and whatnot. Here you go, look. Short interest back up, right? Supposedly it was down to 16%. Oops, sorry guys, I got a phone call there. Okay. So the short interest is back to 19%, right? When it was down to 16 supposedly a few days ago. Now the utilization is 77%. But there's that. I went to MarketBeat here. This is saying institutions only own 25% of the total float. Yahoo right here, they're saying 31.92% is held by institutions. Okay, as you can see, it's just, in my opinion, a shit show. Let's close that just to clear this up. Let's close this. And I want to go back to this article, okay, guys, for AMC now. Looking at AMC Entertainment's recent whale trades, right? What are they doing? Someone with a lot of money has taken a bullish stance on AMC, and retail investors should know. This is good, right? We should know this. We noticed today when this big position showed up publicly available in the history, right? So they noticed this. There's a lot of options, a lot of calls that came through. And the overall sentiment of these big money traders is split between 60% and 40% bearish. So 60% bullish, 40% bearish. Out of all the special options we uncovered, 5 are puts for a total of 185,000, and 5 are calls for a total amount of 137,000. And the price targets, of course, so they just range from 28 to 75. And AMC Entertainment over the last 3 months. This is the price that the whales have been targeting, right? It says right here. From 28 to 75, as well as retail, of course. We want this to go up. And as you can see here, this is the put option. As you can see, it's going down, or it's kind of low, right? But then you see this huge spike here in the call options right here. This was recent, right? In December. And it's always good to look at the options chain, right? Kind of gives you like a sentiment feeling. And yeah, so the calls right here is what it's talking about for February, okay? The strike price is 65, guys. Right, that's pretty high, right? Current price is 27.87. Volume was 30.8 million. Very low volume right now, guys. And it's just going over this, right? The RSI indicators hint that the underlying stock is currently neutral, and the next earnings could be expected to be released in 71 days. Right? So I just want to point this out. This was an article from Benzinga. And now we can go over to the charts. Like I said, 27.95. This is a textbook right here, just cup and handle, guys. That is a bullish pattern, guys. So in my opinion, guys, we can see more upside coming, okay? Because normally you get this cup and handle, and then we push to the upside, all right? Everything is looking bullish, guys. Even the news and media is putting it out there, right? I don't know if you've noticed that. So let's go down, pay attention real quick to the order flow. So 140 versus 152. You got 0 versus 0, so large orders not existent today. And then you have 108 versus 99, 43 versus 41. That was just the order flow. And like I said, this cup and handle is what's sticking out to me. On the daily, guys, we're still in this long pattern, guys, right? What I want to point out, guys, is this part right here, right? So we're in this pattern, guys, and everyone keeps pointing it out on YouTube, right? that it looks like we're getting ready to rip. Okay, and that's what all the data is saying, depending on the short interest. That's what we're looking at, guys, right? There's not much TA I can do, guys. That all I really want to point out, you know, the past history doesn't always reflect the future, you know, price action, but it is interesting, and everyone's talking about how we're on this algorithmic trading pattern. You know, it does the same thing over and over every 6 months. And yeah, so I just wanted to point this out. This is where I think we're at. Of course, it might be a little bit extended because it's a bigger move, right? And yeah, so you know, nothing to worry about on the price charts, guys. You have to pay attention to the sentiment right now, guys, and what's happening on Twitter and all that. You know, this is the other thing I want to point out. There are more than 6,000 company stocks listed on the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. And AMC ticker symbol was looked at 195 million times so far in 2021, right? According to Yahoo Finance, some 30 million more times that than of any other ticker symbol, guys, out of any other stock in the market. This is the Google Trends chart, right? So the past 30 days, kind of going, we're seeing this up and down, right? So it is looking better now, because if you look at the past year, you know, when we had those 2 runs, of course, and then it kind of has just been going down, guys. And this looks like a chart as well, right? So if it was following the pattern, what would come next? Again, another jump, right? And this is just gonna this is just to look at, to see what people are looking at on the internet. And yeah, the past 4 hours, right? Because of that short interest news, the market just closed, so that would make sense why that would look like that. Cool. Yeah, I believe that's all I have as far as AMC, guys, today. Just the options chain. Of course, some funky stuff going on here. You know, something to pay attention to is just this is the opportunity here, guys. Up until January 21st. Any big moves to the upside, guys, and in my opinion, we go off, right? This week, I mean, kind of looking weak, 8,000 versus 22,000, right? And the same, just 50% every day. They just hammer us, right? Just down, try to short us down. And pretty soon we're going to get the new FTD information. It updates every 2 weeks. So we'll see what's going on with that. All right, guys, let's move on to Lucid here real quick. All right, guys, back to Lucid. You know, sorry, I had some technical difficulties, so I had to pull this back up. Back to it. All right, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, guys. I'm going to change my stance right now a little bit on Lucid, right? A little more defensive stance. So I'm going to clean this up because it already broke those trend lines. I don't see it hitting this in the near future here. And then we're going to get rid of this box, okay? And then this one too, it broke this trend line a while ago. The Fibonacci extension too, gonna get rid of that, rid of this, and then some of these old lines can, all right, that can stay. What I want to point out to you guys is I'm gonna draw these supply and demand zones, okay? All right, so the price is at 36.97. Volume has been going lower and lower, as you can tell. So let's get rid of this. We're gonna just draw out what's called the supply and demand zones, all right? And you do that by grabbing, you know, some rectangles. So you go to drawing, you go to rectangle. And basically, you know, you want to chart out where you see the most price action happening. So actually, I would start right here. So you want to get the most candles that you can in the space. In my opinion, it's right around here, okay? So that would be the top one. Go back. We're going to draw out another one just to make sure. Grab the rectangle. Where is it? Here we go, another one. I'm going to find the low, which looks to be right here, okay? Oops. Let's take this. And we're going to include all this price action, all right? And as you can see, it's in this channel for a reason, guys. It likes to find, you know, likes to trade in this channel. These are what you call, right, when it hits these channels, it's the supply and demand zones. I'm gonna go back and then another one more just to draw it in the middle. I could see it right here. Boom. Right, because we saw this break here, guys, and we haven't seen it go up back up to that. So it's kind of hanging out in this channel down here. And if it does break this, guys, you know, unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna go all the way back down to 28, 27, right in this range, guys. And that would just be a short-term thing, guys. You know, of course, this is going to be more of a long-term investment from my perspective, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, like I always tell you guys. But look, if it needs to bounce off of this price range. So the 35, it needs to find support here in order to start making its way back up. But with the low volume right now, guys, I don't see it happening, right? We have to look and see where we're at in January in a couple of days. But right now, that's what I'm paying attention to, okay? I haven't seen, you know, this is a big ladder attack. Like, this is a big price drop. So eventually it should be able to get back to these levels, okay? But right now, you know, because there's not a lot of new news that's going to come out, you need a big catalyst in order to start moving it back up. I'm just going to wait a little bit and see what happens here, okay? But yeah, like I said, it needs to hold this channel right now, or else we're gonna unfortunately see more downside, right, for Lucid. And then the article that I have over here, guys, I'm gonna pull this up. Or well, like the Twitter actually. Yeah, this is for Bitfarms. All right, so Lucid. I always go to their direct source, right? This is their official Twitter, guys, and they're always posting. And what I want to pay attention to, what I look at, is that, you know, they are making deliveries, guys. You know, of course, all through Christmas they were making deliveries. As you can see, that person got their car. They're constantly updating, you know, what's going on here. And that's what we have to wait for. We have to wait for the next earnings report to kind of see what's going on with that, right? Like, see how many cars they've sold and the revenue that came in. But as you can see, they're busy, guys. I mean, they're trying to, you know, put these cars together. They're trying to deliver them. All of this, right? They're a new company. I went over what the SPAC was and how they got, you know, on the New York Stock Exchange and all that in a couple of videos ago. So just wanted to point that out. You know, just you got to be patient with this. And remember, they already they closed out the convertible notes thing. They got, you know, they sold them, so they raised that money. They have that money. Everything to me, as far as the company right now, is looking good, but the chart is looking really weak, right? And that, you know, it just has a lot to do with the overall economy right now. It just, you know, inflation and all that is dragging it down, because Lucid does have a high starting point, right? 77K. For their most basic car. Okay, guys. Low volume, like I said. We can just peep at the order flow here real quick. And you had 153 versus 192, right? So large institutions picking up orders, also selling, so on. So 98 versus 75 and 87 versus 61. All right, a lot of selling pressure on there as far as the inflow and outflow. Cool. Let's go on and talk about Bitfarms now, guys. Bitfarms here. Also, just not looking good, guys. I mean, it was on this uptrend, didn't quite make it to this zone here, and it bounced, or, you know, made its way back down. And right now, there's just not a lot of volume, not a lot of things going on with crypto as far as volume as well. You kind of see crypto going down and down right now. Not good, right? Because this moves with crypto, like I pointed out before. So you have the RSI that's down low over here, which actually is a good sign, because like I said, remember, it, you know, it can only go so low. It might go a little bit lower, but this is telling you if the stock is overbought or oversold. That's what the indicator is for. And this as well, like, this is looking like maybe there's just a little bit more downside, and then you would see this crossover. Okay, when the orange line goes over, that's a bullish sentiment, but right now, as you can see, it's pretty bearish on the MACD. So we also, again, we're waiting for volume. We're waiting to see what happens in January. But remember, January tends to be pretty good months, guys, overall, right? Overall, you know, we want to see a reversal in a lot of these stocks, because they've been taking a hit the past few months, as we can see. We'll zoom in a little bit just on see what happened on this chart. But yeah, just, it opened up strong, guys. You know, it wanted to go up, and it got rejected here. And it just started coming back down. That actually looks like a short ladder attack with the 1, 2, 3. And then you just saw consolidation and weakness, and now it's hanging out down here, all right? So yeah, volume was only 4 million, guys. You know, normally we've been seeing like 7 up to 10 million. But remember, on yesterday's video, I did say there is a lot of call options in the volume for the $10 and $12 range for January, okay? So don't get impatient. Let's go over to the article here. So why shares of Riot Blockchain and Bit Digital and Bitfarms are all down today? There is no obvious reason for the decline of cryptocurrencies today that we know of. Potential reasons could include concerns about the Omicron monetary policy in 2022 and tax loss harvesting. All right. Makes sense, right? Same thing like the stock market. Shares of several crypto mining stocks fell today, along with the broader cryptocurrency market, for no obvious reason other than broader trends that have been playing out over the last month. And it's all of them, right? All of them that are mining crypto. Being in the business of mining crypto like Bitcoin, mining stocks tend to move in correlation with the broader crypto market, which is struggling over the last month, with the price of Bitcoin down about 16.5%. And although people say that it's a hedge against inflation and all that, I mean, people still need that money, right, to invest in crypto. Maybe that's why you don't see the hedging right now, like it's not working now, right? Because people still need to put money into it or take money out of it, right? But what I do want to point out right here, as for Bitcoin, it's always a hard prediction and will be interesting to see how it reacts to the market conditions and potential hike rates next year, of course. But I am not in fear of Bitcoin going away in the long term and would expect to see further adoption in our financial system going forward. Okay, that's a good sign right there, right? Also, they expect to see, financial adoption. Those are the keywords that I like. Still, there will likely be continued volatility, so I would expect to see the same in crypto mining stocks as well, because they move together, guys, right? And yeah, that's what I have on Bitfarms. Next, let's go on and move over to Loopring. What I want to point out with Loopring is first, the obvious, the price sitting at 204. Unfortunately, it lost that 230 position that it was out, a couple days ago. So it's hanging out at 202. And every single chart, it's on a downtrend. It's on a downtrend from here, right? So we need to find a reversal, get some volume coming in. And the market cap's gone down a little bit. This is still the same, 25 days holding. And more buys coming in, 66% buying versus 34% selling. We're going to move on to this other chart. It is breaking this line, guys, that I've been pointing out on this chart, unfortunately, right? So we could see some more downside action if it really breaks it. Could be a fake out. Of course, it could start to curl up. But if it breaks it, guys, I mean, the next support, it looks like, would be right around here, which is at $1.50. If you're bearish, I'm more bullish. I love this thing. And I can see the NFT Marketplace being launched soon, guys, very soon. And this is why. Where did it go? Okay, right here. This is off Shack News. GameStop NFT Marketplace website updated with creator application form. Everyone's favorite used video game retailer is making headway into the NFT space. GameStop's foray into NFTs may be beginning very soon, all right? GameStop stock has taken a beating the last month or so, but did you know that there is actually an underlying company that is doing things? Today, GameStop updated their NFT website with an application form for creators. Okay. We reported on the existence of the GameStop NFT website back in May of 2021, but things appear to be ramping up for a launch sometime soon. The NFT website over at GameStop includes the message, power to the players, power to the creators, power to the collectors. Underneath the image as a link to an Ethereum-based contract address. Many investors believe that this new NFT marketplace, which also remember yesterday AMC announced they're thinking about partnering with GameStop on this NFT marketplace. So it would be like what, AMC, GameStop, Loopring all in one. Who knows, right? But yeah, the technology has highlighted their open source, audited, and non-custodial exchange protocols, high throughput security, and low cost at some advantages. Some GameStop investors and traders have also begun building positions in Loopring cryptocurrency leading up to the expected launch of the NFT marketplace. Yeah. And it remains to be seen if that is a wise decision. All right. And this is what they ask in the form, what should we call you? The third question is based on the answer question 2 and so on. And the company has not provided any details on when the NFT marketplace will officially launch, but it seems that things are heating up with the update to the website and solicitation for creators to sign up. If GameStop and Loopring are successful in launching a viable competitor to OpenSea with lower transaction fees, this could be a big deal for the crypto community, right? In a whole. I love that. Taking a dump in the metaverse. All right, guys. Yeah, so this is it. This is the last part of this article. For people who hate NFTs, this could be used as another reason to bash GameStop. With the masses backing the GameStop shareholder movement in 2021, it appears that 2022 is going to feature even more discourse surrounding the video game retailer as they continue to pivot away from the brick and mortar retail stores towards the new segments of their industry. Super dope. I love that, guys. That's all I got for you today, right? Yeah, and just to go over, why the short interest is important. The short interest indicates how many shares of a company are currently sold short and not yet covered. So if the shorts haven't covered, guys, then this is not over, right? That means that this is still game on. Nothing has changed, only the price on the chart, guys. So hang in there. That's how you build the diamond hands, guys. And AMC is going to do its thing, guys. That's all. The numbers are there. The data's there. I fully believe in January we are about to see something good, okay? So yeah, thanks for spending your time with me, guys. I appreciate anybody who has subscribed recently. We're growing the family. Good to see you. Love to see it. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. See you later.